Hello guys, it's Peter from PS Sound, and this video is going to be about what happened at the training in Hungary. But before we jump straight into the depth of that, then I would like to share a few very important dates with you, because I know that YouTube can reach more people than I can even imagine, and we have some upcoming events that might be very interesting for some of you. Next weekend on the 19th of August, there's going to be an EMA AYA competition meeting in Erkelenz, quite close to the western border of Germany, which is the closest location for us. So that's why some of us decided to go from UK. I think we are taking at least 4 cars, if not more, from UK as well. And of course, it's going to be a fantastic big meeting where you will be able to see and hear dozens of sound quality cars. If you want to check it out, go to emanet.com. Then you can find the event section, or even on Facebook you can find EMA Germany, and you will find, but I will put the main information into description. So click on description and you will see where it's going to be next Saturday. The weekend after that, on Sunday, which is the 27th, we are going to have a competition, EMA competition in UK as well. On that Sunday, the event is going to be held at Audiowave. Some of you may not know the brand, but some of you definitely know the brand. Audiowave is one of those really rare amplifier manufacturers which still makes amplifiers hand-built to the highest possible quality level. So it's definitely worth to come around there as well, because you will be able to see their facility, and we will have a competition there with many great sound quality cars. So that Sunday we will have a competition in UK as well. If you wanted to fly in from abroad, it's worth to jump on a plane, because I think London Stansted Airport is really close to it. You can even grab a taxi from there, or public transport, or you can hire a car. It's probably like 45 minutes away from the airport. It's worth to come to that event. It should be really good, and that might just be the last event I can do this year as well, because I will have big travel plans going to the States as well when we have following competitions in the UK. So if you don't want to miss it, then please try to make it on the 27th Sunday. That's not far away from now, 2.5 weeks away. So I just want to share these dates with you, because we might be able to meet either in Germany or in UK, and then you can see what this sound quality madness is about. I know it's something that not many of you can experience, especially if you live somewhere really far away remotely at another corner of the planet. And on that note, yes, that's exactly why I started to do these training trips, because yes, it's easy to tell that, you know, okay, you can come to UK, you can come to Hungary. These are the 2 locations where it's easy to organize anything for me. It's less hassle for me, and then you have to travel. However, if people travel, then you can't bring your car and you can't practice with your own car, which is also very important. Having said that, wherever we go, we always try to make sure that there are enough cars on site that people can practice with. And in Hungary, yes, that's what the video is about. That's what we really want to talk about. And I'm going to share at the end a long discussion that we had with the guys, just like what we did in Melbourne as well at the beginning of the year. So you will be able to see what the guys thought about the whole process. Not me talking about it, but them. But what I want to share about this event is that I think, just as I expected, we probably had the best time of the year and the best location, because I possibly cannot organize anything in a way any better than what we managed to achieve in Hungary. Yes, my Mrs. family lives over there. It's a tiny little village. I will drop a couple of pictures and you will be able to see what it was like when we went out with the guys. Every evening we could go to a nice restaurant, beautiful food. Honestly, it's not KFC, not McDonald's level, you know, fast food. It's stunning food. Some of the restaurants are almost at like Michelin star level service, and they don't cost a fortune at all. It's relatively very cheap compared to the service they do. Then we also had fantastic catering for breakfast and lunch every day. We could organize nice programs for the guys. We could chill on Friday after the training, and we could evaluate what's been done. We checked each other's cars. We were talking about it, what everyone found in others' cars. And We also went down Friday night to a cellar to wine tasting and a nice meal. Of course, after that Friday evening, we went a bit bananas. We went to a pub. We had proper drinking. Someone went to bed at 5 a.m. That was crazy, not me. And then we had programs on Saturday as well. With the guys, we went to a drift event where we had fantastic time. It's definitely very different. So it's a very different scene where at least we could see that car audio is cheap. Honestly, everyone has a hobby, and yes, I'm sure many of you have family members or friends saying that, oh geez, you spend so much on your car audio, oh, you're mental. Go over there and have a look at, you know, the Driftbird, how much people spend on their cars. That's a whole different level. And yeah, one tire lasts four laps on the track. Yeah, that's a bit costly, but that was great. And then after that, in the afternoon, we also had a small mini meeting, a car audio meeting with some of the guys from Hungary who could come over, and we had a fantastic time. People could check each other's cars. We had nice dinner. We had proper Hungarian food, heavy meat, heavy food, and we just had a fantastic week. Within that week, we lived so much. Yes, on the training days, we did 8 a.m. till midnight every day. It was pretty intense. Just like in Melbourne, we had long days, but that was only 3 days. Now we'll have 4 days, and even those 4 days, we just push to the edge. Because when I'm there on a training, people get, you know, the maximum out of me, the maximum attention and time. And on that note, it's very important to say, even now, if someone is interested to come to your training, now when in previous videos I was saying that there's a maximum number of 8 people I can deal with at a training round, I have to pull it down to 6, which will make some people feel a bit sad, because if we don't have enough people for a second round, I'm not going to start the second round if I go to a location, or if we don't have time for it. But I want to make sure that those people who are there at the practical training days on usually Wednesday, Thursdays, they don't have to wait long for me to jump from one car to another to check what mistake they made. And you know, I could even pull it down to 4. Of course, 4 people would get more attention from me, but yeah, 8 is definitely a bit too much. And I could see it now after we had a training in Melbourne where we had 6 cars. In Hungary we had 5 cars, and it was busy enough for me to jump from one car to another. There were times when, you know, someone reached out from the car, Pete, I need help. I was running there. At the same time, someone called as well, Pete, and I'm like, oh, okay, hang on. So between 8 cars, it could be very, very demanding. And yeah, on those days, trust me, I even forget to piss all day, because I'm just all over the place. And it's important that those of you who come to the training, you get the maximum out of the whole process. And we just did that in Hungary as well. I was lucky a little bit because the guys were quite experienced in Hungary. We had 5 guys, 1 from the industry, and 4 of them were technical DIYers. But all of the guys had great experience already. Yes, we still managed to make a huge difference in all of the cars. But I also have to mention it here, that finally I had one car that came to me that I always said, I wish one day someone would turn up with a car where I feel like, you know what, I don't feel like I have to retune the whole car because it's so bad, or we can sort out so many things. Finally, I got a car brought to me from someone to the training where staging was spot on, it was solid, integration between the drivers was great, sub integration was fantastic, and I've never had a car so great. Yes, we still managed to tweak it, get it better. However, it proves the point that if someone follows all the content I've been sharing throughout the years, if someone watched all the videos on YouTube, someone who signed up to Patreon to watch even more content over there, where we have really, really valuable, you know, content, especially the weekly topics have so much depth and knowledge. I have 100+ weekly topics over there that you can't possibly cover on a training. On the training, we really go to the deep. stuff where you won't hear about things like that anywhere else. And then of course we cover the whole process of the tuning, how you have to follow all the steps. You screw up one step, you screw up everything, let alone, you know, screwing up several steps. You're going to be a million miles away from the end result. And all of the guys could see over there that it's a very, very complex recipe. It's definitely a recipe that anyone can cook who comes to the training, and they can learn it. That's why practicing is important. But it will still take time after the training to practice and then master it. You know, there's a difference between a chef that can already deliver a nice dish, and there's a difference between a chef who is a master chef. And but there's a thing, this whole training is about, you know, making sure that people go home and they can cook the dish and they understand the whole procedure. But I'm not going to drag it any longer. Into the description I will drop the upcoming dates in the US as well. So if you are in the US or anywhere else on the planet, and possibly those locations are more favorable for you, then please make sure that you send an email to me, to peter@pssound.co.uk as soon as possible, because one of the locations in San Jose is almost filled up. I think we only have one spot left. And then we still have the other 2 locations. You might be able to come to those. This year, I can only plan this trip. Next year, I don't know. So many people want me at so many different corners of the planet. If people invite me, and there's a good chance that people can pull together at least 6 people for a training, then it's worth going. Then I definitely try to squeeze it into my calendar. But we have so many things happening back at home as well. I didn't even mention, I haven't even had the chance to share anything with you guys lately, but you could see it. We had to move workshop. We are in a new workshop. Now someone else is going to join the team. We are expanding. Pete is going to travel more, and he's going to have more stress in the workshop. So, you know, everything is moving forward, but this is definitely difficult to find time, especially for YouTube as well. But I have some content coming in the upcoming weeks, so don't worry, you will be entertained. But yeah, check out the description. You will see the upcoming dates for the training and the upcoming dates for the events as well. And on that note, I'm going to now pull a line now here, and I'm going to switch over, and you will see what everyone thought about the training in Hungary.
Yeah, we also thought that we have to practice. If we come to home and you just know it now, and then you have to redo it so you get practice in it.
Yeah, so you don't get to forget, you know, things. Yeah. You have to use to it.
Yeah.
That's why I started to say.
Yeah, the more time you cook, the better the dish is going to be.
Right.
That's the whole point of it. Yeah, I love it when people are like, yeah, I only want this, I don't want the whole part of the training. I'm like, well, one part doesn't exist without the other part, you know? Like, I had a word with one of the guys this morning on the phone, and he just saw that we have some training happening here, but he had no idea about the actual content. You know, what are you guys doing? You know, I told him, you know, it's a masterclass. It's called a masterclass for a good reason. It's not for beginners, and he was interested. And I'm not against, you know, people who don't have much experience, but at the same time, there are people who are just not ready for it.
Yeah.
And you could see today and yesterday, especially on the practical one, how many steps did we do? To do a freeway and a sub, how many steps did we do?
30.
You were making nice note lists, Chris. You didn't make numbers.
No.
But I think if we counted, we easily have like 50 steps.
Yeah.
Well, I had 60 charts and deleted like 12 charts to have still 60 charts. So, and I had also lots of other steps besides taking measurements. So
yeah.
I would say 40 steps were the basics to understand what you're doing and what you have to expect. Yeah. And then if you know the process, which is way simpler than I thought it would be.
I did like 200 steps probably, because I have to go back.
Measure again.
You know, if you are really experienced with everything, if you don't screw it up, and if you follow every single step, let's say you have 60-70 steps to tune a system properly. Because, you know, first you do this, then you do that, you measure this, you check that, and it's so many steps, and that's why sometimes I struggle to make people understand that the magic is not in the tool that you use, it's in the knowledge. Understanding how not to make mistakes, especially, because honestly you didn't make so many mistakes like when we had the first training down in Melbourne. That was exhausting. Even, this was intense, but probably in 4 days it was a bit more relaxing. And even now you saw how much we went through in 4 days, probably we did. Hang on. First day you finished at midnight. Second
Every
you
day,
finished at
every
half 11. Yesterday was midnight.
Yeah.
Today, okay, maybe in the evening we will just have a bit of fun
Listening
with
session.
whatever we want to play with, and then listen to each other's cars. Tomorrow you won't be here, Andre is going to be gone, but we still have tomorrow to play with, especially my car. You all have to jump into my car and then check what's doing what. But it's crazy when people don't understand how much knowledge actually goes into it and how many years worth of experimenting, making mistakes goes into it. And I don't know, am I lucky to get to this stage to be able to help you guys? It's not just luck, it's really a lot of work. But it's not professional training, right? Because
No, it's
you don't have 10 mics.
bullshit.
You don't have 10
to
mics.
use
Yeah.
5
Well, he
microwaves.
did in the back.
Yeah, I go.
Hey! We
I was
have to,
measuring from the booth, you know.
have to see how that works then. Seriously.
And it was his first preset was based on this.
You
Yeah.
cheated.
Yeah, but the one guy was changing the timeline, right?
Yeah,
With-
yeah, he
with
did.
that, yeah.
But it just slightly.
That was
but
just
that
quick
was not the
by a year.
problem.
Yeah, it was really quick, you know.
You can't say that someone who jumps in your car to try to help after someone else has done
Yeah.
a setup on it.
Yeah.
You can't do magic because every single step is based on the previous steps.
Yeah.
But we could tell that what, for example, Jan came with, it wasn't great.
No.
But at the same time, it was interesting to hear that some of you listened to it and you could still enjoy it because you didn't know what could be done or what should be done. And now, when we went back at the end with yours, it's like, what?
Yeah, it's big change, you know.
It's huge. It's huge. And imagine if you had audio installation for mid bass as well. And
Yeah, it is fun. I'm wondering, you know. I know that. I don't want to listen to others' car because I'm gonna be like.
Oh, you haven't listened to anyone else's yet?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
I want to enjoy
He
mine,
was
you
not
know.
time, he was always.
Because once I hear some IB, you know, in kicks or something, I'm gonna be like, oh, what is this car?
But I think Blue Monday sounds better in his car
Then what?
than his
In
van.
Allee's. Okay.
This is what I thought.
I haven't checked it yet. We will see.
Eugene's car, yeah.
But you know, better is also something that's way. What do we mean by
I mean,
better?
tighter, faster, like more sharp.
On the kick?
Decay was lower. How do you say? Lower decay. Lower.
There's no hang on it.
No hang on it. Yeah. It's like
I'm just impressed that I have so much bass and there is just 3 dB rise.
It comes when they play together. I had it always before. I used to crank up the bass because it was leaking, but it was leaking because it does not sum, it does not add together. Every speaker plays its own, and you like, I need more bass, but it's only getting shitty and
It's
muddy.
the same like Chris's. You haven't heard his yet. He only has that 3 dB rise at the bottom end.
Yeah.
And it's really fat.
It's
It's really fat and it has a lot of flow in it.
And then in the past I used the same target curve for the 3 dB rise, but it was lacking massively out of bass, so I pulled it up and it pulled the new speaker up, got it to the limit, but there was no bass.
Yeah, that's what I said, that you know, when you listen to just a single pair of speakers, like just mid bass on its own, it doesn't feel like it has a lot of impact. You listen to the sub, that doesn't have much impact.
Yeah.
But when they play together after they've been set up properly, then you get the magic work when they work together.
I got too much bass when it's in 3 dB. But
Yeah,
like you said, you have to roll it down that it's.
it helps.
Yeah.
You know, there are many people in the industry who do a lot to move everything forward. And yes, recently there were people who questioned why is it now when, you know, in the past there wasn't as many people stepping forward to offer training. There have been many, but maybe not so obvious out there on social media, advertising it on Facebook and YouTube. There have been people advertising training and they have helped the others to move forward. Why now? I'm not too sure. Maybe because in the recent years, the way I see it in the last 5 years, DSP technology has changed so much and many people recognize the importance of it. Maybe also because I shared so much since 2020 since I shared all these tuning videos on YouTube.
RTA.
People started to think, okay, this guy is doing something, we should be doing something too. And the DSP is not just for crossovers. And when people realize, when they hear really versatile cars, oh, holy shit, this can be done, then the interest is rising. Now we are at the stage that, yes, everyone wants to know the magic, everyone wants to be a master tuner, but at the same time, it's interesting to see how so many people fall for just buying expensive tools and they think that they are sorted. Expensive tools and measurement systems, now is not everything.
No.
I'm not saying we wouldn't be able to do better results with some fancy gear, but at the same time now you know that magic can be done even in a simple way, but you have to understand all those 60 steps. And then if you screw up the first step, like with Andrew, Andre, Andrew,
Like everyone, yeah.
yeah, we saw one single step at the beginning creates an avalanche.
Yeah, definitely. But what was the step?
Yours, when you didn't check between left and right.
Ah, oh yeah. I didn't,
You didn't check that, and then everything else could have gone wrong.
But I said, like, this is Pete's car, like, how can it be wrong?
Yeah.
I didn't even check, but at the end, I checked for the mid-range incident back, and I said, one's inverted, and I flipped it, and right before you came, it couldn't be inverted, and I flipped it back just because I thought about, like, this is Pete's car, can't be inverted, but yeah, he told me, like, you did it wrong because this one was inverted. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Mercedes was built very quickly, and then if one speaker was inverted in polarity, with the DSP it can be corrected, but in that car that's an OEM platform. It's not like we have a direct speaker cable feed from the M straight to the speaker. We go through several connections in the car because it's all OEM upgrade. Probably I have like 3 if not 4 connections from the M till it reaches the speaker.
But it doesn't, this is the whole point of training, for you to be able, because you don't have to rely on putting the cables perfectly. Like, you can take the car from a shop, they can mess up.
Yeah, you
wiring.
never know.
Yeah.
If you work on someone else's car, how would you ever know what they did?
Exactly, yeah.
You have to be able to verify it and see what's actually happening.
Yeah, so...
But that part is easy. System design is what not easy, but when people don't understand what can be done or what can be expected, that's the other thing. Many people approach me and, Pete, I don't really want to take part in the system design the first 2 days, I just want to take part in the tuning. How would anyone understand the limitations and the challenges when you have problems, let's say, especially the mid-bass? They wouldn't understand it.
Yeah,
they wouldn't know how to fix it with the install.
Yeah, they would treat it like 3 hours to get it right, but
It still wouldn't be right. Yeah. That's why we were talking so much on Monday and Tuesday. Now it feels so distant.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like, it feels like we are like 2 weeks here.
Yeah. 3 weeks in school for theory.
I don't even remember when I left.
But about
Bill definitely remembers when he left. He had a long journey.
But you talk about doors all the time, and you say doors are shit, and people may think like, why is the door shit? Mine's really well deadened, and they think only of the door as they don't think about frequency response out of the door. So why is my door shit? It's because the location is shit. So because it may be this misperception, like if I treat my door correctly, the door is fine, but it's still not fine. And
No, they don't know how it could be better. How they could create a more optimal environment. That's what we went through on Monday and Tuesday. We were talking about mid-bass almost for a day.
Whole day,
And that's the crazy thing, like when I told you that we did the whole system design and the tuning part in Melbourne in a single day. I had no idea how I did that.
Me too, I have no idea.
But that was intense. The guys were falling off the chair by the end of the day. And we did it till Monday, until midnight on Monday, just like down in Melbourne.
And we still have questions again.
But the second day we started tuning with the guys over there.
Crazy.
And still, they managed to deliver and do everything. Wow, second
So
round.
seems to be a good trainer. Yeah.
Oh no, I was shit trainer here because you needed so much longer, yeah?
No, we asked a lot of you.
Maybe
We
you
put
learned
you
so
all
much
the
more.
time.
Exactly.
Pete, what about this?
Yeah.
What about that?
And
But-
if it's this and if it's that.
But that's
and
the
what if-
beautiful thing when, you know, now you see, how could this be done online?
No.
No.
You couldn't interact it with each other, and
And even
someone
you don't want to
asked.
see it next to the,
Yeah.
on the screen or something. So.
One of the main clues is that even if the measurement shows the same, it
Yeah.
sounds a lot different.
Yeah.
Like now,
I had the target curve before, but it sounded way different. But it measured, and first time it measured the same.
Yeah.
It
Like
looks
those,
right, but sounds shit.
when we was doing your cars mid and tweak, it was only
Just a little bit difference, yeah.
1 dB there, 1 dB there with the
Yeah.
slope. Yeah. And then he said that it was like day and night with that.
Yeah. But
You do your tweaking.
shows only 1 dB in difference, but it's
Yeah.
completely
In
different.
reality, it's much
Yeah,
different.
yeah. In
Yeah, well,
reality,
just like in yours, you know.
yeah.
When we started with yours, you have so many drivers below
Issues.
200 hertz. You have large mid pace on the dash for mid. You have
Yeah.
kick bass. You have front sub, rear sub. So many drivers, and at the beginning, yeah, you had a lot of bass, but it wasn't focused. It wasn't playing together.
Yeah.
Once it's all done, it may measure the same, but it sounds completely different.
Yeah. The target curve, as Chris said already, you used to get to the target curve. You do something, yeah, the target curve looks right. You listen to it, it's shit. It's one speaker here, the another is there,
Yeah.
and you're not able
That's-
to get them together.
that's
even
where,
if the graph is.
You know, not that I don't see the point of complex measurement systems, but people rely too much on the measurement systems,
Yeah,
and they think, oh, but it was reading perfect.
yeah, it's the golden rule.
It was reading perfect. I spent, you know, $4,000 on this measurement system. It gotta be right. And even when we checked our measurement system, we could see the differences even between the mics. Even understanding just that simple thing that in your system, you will have less of this because your mic is doing that. If we didn't do that little test, you wouldn't even have any comparison because the only thing you take is the only mic you have or the measurement system you have, and you take it as the Bible. How could it be wrong when I
Even
paid so
it's
much money?
calibrated.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
that's a logo, you have to download the
Yeah.
calibration and so on, and they are like this.
Yeah,
5
that's-
mics, 5 different.
That's where you have to
Curves.
learn how to use your ear too. And how would I do that online?
Yeah. Listen
How,
for
how
that.
would I point these things out?
Yeah, you can.
It's impossible.
Like if you and I go measure each other's cars,
Yep.
and if it's only for the target curve, they will be at least the bottom end would be like
Totally different.
Yeah.
Well, we saw with our
Yeah.
mics that the difference wasn't crazy big. Yeah, we saw that there were differences. And you can't rely on the microphone. And that's where it's beautiful that I managed to come up with all these steps. And then as you go along, if you don't step away from it, you could see that it works.
It's happening, yeah.
And then at the end you get to a point where you cook a beautiful dish and you can eat it. It's not like,
And enjoy it.
yeah,
You can enjoy it. You turn it up and you enjoy it and listen to it, and you thought like, oh yeah, it's happening right.
but you got lucky I didn't want to get out at the end.
yeah.
I'm not going
Give me
for
5
dinner,
minutes, I listen to it.
I will stay in my car.
Yeah.
But
Go shooting without me.
It's also nice that the process is really fast in the end, and you don't. It doesn't matter if it's 100% perfect. You can spend a lot of time afterwards, but even if it's not perfect, you get a very good result.
Yeah.
I want to get a message from you maybe in a couple of weeks or months that, Pete, I've done freeway and sub in an hour.
Yeah.
Because it's doable. Yeah, now you feel like, but
Yeah, it's the
No,
first
but I know,
time,
but
yeah.
before when I was working with this program, I was much faster, you know, but I already forgot. And then actually I'm working with it, you know, but I was like, this window I have to open that one, and I was searching for it.
I'm not sure it's 18.
But yeah, once you really know what you're doing, it can be done quick. But to be fair, once you know what you're doing, you don't have to be quick because you do it once, done.
Yeah.
The final little tweaky, that can be done any time because you go back to your car even a week or a month later, then you know that the baseline is solid. There's no need to go back.
Yeah.
You can do the rest, in slow steps.
Yeah, but problem for me is, for example, that I'm not sure I'm gonna figure it out with the other DSP, which doesn't have groups, for example, for the
Oh yeah,
and the master EQ, and stuff like this.
That's where you will have to train customers as well. That sorry, if you want magical results, you need the right DSP because certain DSPs have the tools.
Yeah.
Some DSPs don't have the tools, and yes, they could say, okay, but you have a magical measurement system. Doesn't matter what DSP you have, you should be able to get to the same point. Not quite.
And it's much more trouble to get there.
You know it well. We don't name it. You had a DSP where not even 3 days would give you enough time to fix things because it doesn't have the tools. Sadly.
You push, you need to push a frequency at the crossover point, and then you push it, but then you realize you push it for both drivers.
Yeah.
Which
it can't separate.
What is this? Yeah, because they share the same.
That's just one little limitation. But there are so many DSPs where even unfortunately manufacturers don't understand what it takes to tune a system to the level where I say, okay, I approve this. They don't know it. And it would be nice if one day maybe they ask me, Pete, what features would you like? Some of the manufacturers reach out to users who really push what can be done when it comes to tuning, and they liaise with them. Unfortunately, they haven't approached me yet, but at least I know exactly what I need and I choose a DSP that's going to do the job for me. So I don't really care anymore who's going to, ask me. Yeah, it would be nice because we could get DSPs that would work even better. And we were talking about it. It would be so nice if that even DSP could have an extra feature for certain thing, and that we haven't even done that. Has any of you done the? I'm not naming it now. You haven't got there. The final little tweak. You haven't had time for that yet.
I did.
You did. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, for that we could have tools that would make our life way easier. And then who knows how many other things could be done in the future. He doesn't have a clue.
I'm not sure what I'm thinking about the same thing.
Well, because that was, not step 60, that was step 61. That's why. Too many.
Does my DSP have the feature or not?
None of the DSPs we have.
Everyone has that.
It's a method. You have the files for it to use.
Yeah.
And you have to use your.
Because your Brax doesn't have that feature.
Oh, my Brax. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, my Brax doesn't have many
Because
features.
You don't let me talk about it, so how?
Of course. No.
I'm
going to tell you later.
Okay, so.
No, the Brax doesn't have it.
No, tell them. His Brax doesn't have the feature.
Exactly.
All of you guys have it. So I was limited, so now. But he wasn't talking about this one, right?
Shit.
It wasn't about that one.
No.
Okay.
So, well.
What was it?
It's on your head.
He's gonna
This
go
tool
home.
is on your head.
So many steps. Yeah. But no, it's beautiful that, as I expected, that even for me, what I learned in the first round down in Australia, now I could see how I can be more efficient to make it clearer for you, so you make less mistakes. Down there, maybe the fact that we only had 1 day for the system design and the tuning theory, maybe that wasn't enough time for the guys to really let them absorb the steps and the information. So when they jump into the tuning, then they had to make more mistakes. At least we corrected it, but now I can also see that dream number, having 8 people on the training, actually even that is too much.
Yeah.
Because now even some of you thought that, it's going to be more, because Pete said it's maximum 8 people and it was just 5 of you, which was better for you.
Yeah.
But probably have to pull a line at 6. I don't see how I can look after more people than 6 when we all do the actual hands-on training, because then that would be taking the chance from all those people to get the focus from me. Yeah.
Because there are other issues than just the training. you think the cars come and they are all right, they are all functional, but there's polarity sweep, there's the amplifier who's damaged, there are the gains are not so.
Well, at
and you
least
have
none
a
of
lot-
you,
yeah.
none of you had
So you need
anything
time
in
for
the
this
systems. Did the sub come back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Yeah, we had a bit of heat protection over there, but at least now you know. And you drove all the way here in hot weather and you didn't do it.
It's complicated, I can tell you afterwards, because
Okay.
it can't be a real heat protection because it was not heated.
The fan was not on.
Fan was not on, amp was not really hot, and the other ones, same type, just 4-channel, was way hotter without fan on, and they ran continuously through.
So it's something else.
It's something else, and the status LED does not show the correct state, which is described in the manual. So yeah, that
Okay. Okay. But
ignition
yeah.
off, on, and it works.
But the good thing is that all of you could work. Because yes, we could have had a nightmare where one of you wouldn't have the possibility just to start working because you have so many things in the car. That's the other thing. How would I ever know anyone turns up with a system and it's ready to go? How would I ever know that? The only way to rule that out if I can organize trainings where I supply all the systems. But at least you were fine.
But it's even a pro that you train on your own car and your own system.
Definitely.
Because that's the thing you want to go sorted out first. You
And
want to
that's the
listen
car.
to-
That's the car you
Yeah.
know the most. That's where now one
And
day
you
he's
use it.
probably a bit sad. Oh, I couldn't bring my monster.
But now he's gonna buy.
He'll go home and tune.
He has an S-Class.
Oh, so you just have to fit it
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the wrong decision. I decided to install the gearing
in the other car. Oh yes. So
Yeah.
we rip it
Also,
out.
You
And,
could just
Well,
buy
to
it
be fair, you just need a DSP amp in the S-Class and then you can do magic, man.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
So-
you're able to.
For the people watching this, I was tuning Peter's car, but because we are talking about it. And,
I think they figured it out.
oh. And I really wanted to cross the tweeters at 500 just to see.
Counting on if we get some mid bass out of them.
It's so generous of you. You saved my tweets and it's so good.
Well, no, but I mean, I was scared. Like, ooh, what if I press the wrong button?
Yeah. Well, yes, I understand. You know the value of that system, but at the same time, if it's installed well, the gear is good, then what could go wrong? Like we're not training in UK, we have people flying in to train on our cars. I have to set up all of our cars. Some of the cars we have to swap gear in just to make it easier for them to learn with better tools. It is what it is. Certain DSPs are just way friendlier for learning, for sure. Now you know. Well, you had different DSPs in the past, I guess.
Yes.
So, what are we doing now?
And in the end, we all stick to the same DSP. Not DSP, but DSP
Brand.
brand label.
Yeah, you've made our life easier,
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely. And
Now
has
we,
the
will, we will get the comments. Oh, what DSPs did you use, guys?
come to the training, you will learn.
No, we will have a bit of a part when we will hover around the cars and show what you had, you know, because everyone is interested in what you had in the cars. We have to.
But we have to mention my mid-range is just for testing purposes.
We will talk about.
We are all testing all the years. It's never done.
We will cover that. No, but it was beautiful that you all managed to get to a good stage, and we still have tonight to play, and then we still have a bit of time tomorrow too.
Yeah, that would be easy, nice if we, because we don't hear even to each other's cars, because everyone was
busy with
trying.
their own.
With his own.
So tonight is going to be stunning.
Yes.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that, shall we say, that you are in a good position now.
Yeah, even if I'm not, I'm gonna go tonight, not tomorrow morning, because I would have to go at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I'm not leaving like, I'm living very confident, because even if I didn't got it perfect, I understood the process.
Yeah.
He told me quietly about the last thing, and also that I think I can do by myself, even if I didn't do it. But it's doable, like,
Of course.
because I understood the method. It's logical. Even if I screw it up a couple of times, I'm still gonna eventually.
That's the best word we haven't used. Logical steps.
Yeah. I mean, it's all logical. It's logic. You cannot.
If you understand before the theory, then it's logical. If you don't know the
It's
theory,
just too many steps.
yeah, you don't know what
too
to
many
do.
Even if you make a mistake, like let's say down the road you make a mistake, it's still you can still backtrace it, go back, like you understand, you think about it, you go back, you redo the, and so it's not like it's like the results like magic, but the process is not magic. It's really scientific.
You have to use your brain, you have to use your ears. Every time, check, and go step by step.
And the mic. We need the mic.
And the mic, you still need.
We need the mic, yeah, but we don't need magic. We are using a cheap mic, so we are not professional. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. And I don't know how long it's going to take for people to figure out that the magic is not in the mic and it's not in. Like when earlier, who was I talking to when I said that maybe, probably we were talking about it with you, that maybe if Rumikyo Wizard wasn't free,
Yeah, definitely.
people would take it more seriously.
Yeah,
Because then they
like
jump
that.
on something else that, I paid this much for this, it's so much more professional. And they don't even give themselves the chance to actually learn Rumikyo Wizard to use it as a proper tool. And then they think, it's a free software, so it cannot be professional enough. And I get it plenty enough. Pete, you can't just walk around and enter, big companies telling that you're a professional with a free software and a single mic. And I'm like, well, how many chefs get Michelin stars and what did they use? Magic? Knowledge. That's what they use.
I can tell you, I was expecting from you to sit in my car and be like, oh, this could be a little bit better, this could be a little bit to the left, this could be a little bit to the right, and that would show me straight away like, oh, this guy may be bluffing. But you were so fast tuning my car back when you did it.
Yeah.
And I get it now why you were that fast, because there is a proper
Logical
plan behind it.
process.
So you have a proper plan, it's doable again and again, so it's not something like, was that only one time I got lucky.
It's
not.
repeatable.
I mean, for the
Every
guys
time.
watching this and maybe thinking about it like, maybe they were lucky, Peter was there to help them, but what happens if they go back home? It's nothing like that. You can do
But
it.
that's the
again and
thing,
again,
they can ask all the guys who took part in Melbourne as well. Everyone who was there, they can be found online. They can ask them where they are and how confident they are to tune systems. It's all doable. And of course, I'm always there. If you struggle down the line half year, a year, we still have the group. I'm still active in the group with the guys down in Melbourne. They have messages, every week. People message what they are doing. It's so nice that actually they stick together. They communicate to each other. It's not like they just lost contact and then back in the day we went to this training and then I remember you. No, they are still active. It's so nice to see it that they created a community, and who knows, you might stay in contact.
I won't even say it. It's the one part was the training, but the other part was the social thing down here. With the
We are not
guys.
done yet.
Yeah,
We're not done yet.
we're done
We
at
still have 3
but
days.
still we have a lot of
Also when
fun
we have-
together, food, drinks, time. Even if we left at 12, for example, it was Tuesday or Wednesday, we went at 12 home and we stayed together like 1:30 or something.
Cars and
We listen to each other, we talk to each other.
Well, when do you have chance to meet, like that many people?
Freaks
and you
like
can-
us.
you can talk about the same things,
Yeah.
I don't have none on
So many friends to me say that, how don't they fall asleep? And I'm like,
It's the thing.
people who don't have a crazy passion, they can't get it. Those people who have a passion, and when they go somewhere where they want to learn about it, they can learn about it. They will be focused non-stop.
And they are happy
We
to
could have
get
done
it.
it probably till 2 a.m. every day, and then we still would have survived probably. We pulled the line
Yesterday I
every
wanted
day.
to kill you, but
Yeah, it was tiring every day for sure, but when you enjoy something, you don't mind just to really
to
push
do
the
it.
limits and do it and absorb all the information.
Yeah. And we were lucky to get this information because you can have a lot of information out there.
But that's
There
the
are a
thing.
lot of things you
We
can.
had long days,
but it's,
but now in 4 days, you save
it's
years.
set. Yeah.
You save years.
Right.
And that's what
Yeah,
people
that's the
really have
thing,
to
yeah.
understand.
Yeah, that's the way we
That-
work.
that's what I said when we called for this.
Yeah, back in the day.
No,
Yeah. back in the day when we had a chat. Everyone remembers from my family, like, oh, the Finnish guy. Because when I talked to them, when I had a chat with you, maybe you don't know it, he was outside. We had a video call, he was outside, and I could see that he was fuming because of the cold. I'm like, Willa, don't you want to go in somewhere nice and warm? He's like, oh, today is not that cold. I'm like, what is it? Only minus 17. Finish. Crazy.
Minus 17.
Minus 17.
Only
What's proper cold?
30.
30.
I don't even want to know.
But it's different when it's minus 30 because it's dry. But when it's minus 5 and it's very wet and windy, it goes
True.
But don't you guys have global warming as well, like everybody else?
It's not coming always. You know, Santa Claus is still cold in the winter.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a crazy thing. Traveling what? 2,000 and how many? 300 kilometers.
with 500 kilometers.
I've lost. Well, you know, I travel 2,000. For us, it's something we are used to. UK is not over the neighborhood.
Well, it's maybe a difference if you're traveling in S-Class.
So,
Family man or a small shitbox.
well,
Aluminium shit.
the small shitbox is gonna sound way better now on the way
Yeah,
home.
it's
So
proper.
yeah, who cares? Yeah. No, for me as well. You know, it took many years to get to the stage I could buy. I emphasize it, an 8-year-old car. Okay, I'm not rich. I didn't win the lottery. I'm not driving a brand new Rolls Royce. Someone's dream. But yeah, it's certainly nice when you have an environment where you can enjoy the music and the car is quiet. It's certainly beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, how much?
We talked a lot.
You left the meeting, mate. Come
Oh,
on.
you left the meeting. It's fine. It's fine.
We don't show the empty bottles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's something we didn't struggle with. We definitely had plenty of drink, I think, in the last few days.
Yeah, it was.
No, thanks a lot for the supply.
Yeah.
Well
Oh, you don't know what's coming now in the next.
But what we already had was amazing. Like it was a car hi-fi family you come to.
That's a
All
beautiful
looks
thing.
after you.
I can't organize anything like this anywhere else.
It's
Yeah,
very
this is
good,
what I was
very
thinking.
good.
Like, I think UK training is.
It's not gonna be this comfortable.
Yeah.
I just can't. You know, being in this environment in this small village, some people may think, oh, it's not quite professional because we are in this environment. Pete is,
It's amazing.
you know, running around with a small projector and then drawing on a beautiful board like that. But it was more like a homely environment, and it's nice that we can do it back at my missus' family.
This is more like 5-star training than most
Yeah.
of that, because
My stuff.
the accommodation is awesome, food is awesome, and
Location
the village
is,
looks
yeah.
awesome. It's doesn't look like a
I
Romanian
wish you could
village.
stay and then just, you know, experience tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be something.
But I really can't. But I will have.
You will find another time.
But
You
now
came
I,
down the third time.
you know, I texted my wife a lot. I sent her PR, and she said, "Why don't we go to mud sometime? Just
Well, to be fair, I'm already thinking that
Without-
probably next summer I will organize a camp.
yeah.
Not just training, I will organize a camp. Now you can see that here we get a lot for our money.
Yeah.
And we could just have a week when we could have many caraudio maniacs to come together and just have fun.
Spend
Just
time.
eat, drink, play music, go to nice places. Why not? Everyone would enjoy it better. Probably our female couples, they would be. Well, maybe I have to organize something. for
Not
them.
sounding as good as the system is now.
Yeah.
But now we have proper systems. If the nagging starts, we can.
Yeah. You gotta turn them off.
Although I was expecting partners to come because we were talking about it, that
Yeah.
potentially some of you will bring partners, and we could have organized program for them too. But having like something like a camp, a week camp, that would be cool. Nobody's ever done anything like that. And then that's when you would have to prepare yourself to lock the business and then
Yeah.
turn all the
Just
phones
spend
off.
time, yeah.
But that would be beautiful. That would be freedom. That would be freedom. Well, at least we made it.
For me it is happy because I haven't used my, like you said, in the evening when you go, you got 60-70% of the battery left because you haven't used it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like you kind of forget what life was like without mobile phones and smartphones.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone has the same type of business and background in life, but certainly us too. Sometimes I feel like I want to turn my phone in half.
Also, I have a Xiaomi which lasts up till 12. It's like boiling all the time. So
You use it proper all
I
the time.
didn't even use it that much. It was on silent all the time. I put it like this, face down, and it's like you can cook a steak on it. I don't know what's happening to the phone, but
Well, probably have to sum up this video because many people will be like, these are still chatting, but now Vila is gone. He always does what he wants. But no, it was beautiful to make this happen. I don't know what's going to happen with the following trainings. I hope we can create similar experience for the others. We will see. It's not going to be as easy, that's for sure. And I wish more and more people could come to Mad, to here, to this small village in Hungary.
yeah,
It's a beautiful
It's
place.
a beautiful, amazing.
You
place.
don't expect that from a town in Hungary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in Hungary, but in
Yeah, you go
Small
to
village, you know.
small village like this. Yeah.
Or maybe I should organize it in like April or maybe in September when it's not this stupid hot. That would help too.
especially with the tuning, you know.
Yeah.
Here was
Yeah,
okay.
but for fun, what's
Yeah, but for those people who have kids, you know, school time is not easy.
Yeah, that's not.
Definitely.
Maybe
But
it's-
for this is an amazing place for kids. If you do it for families,
True.
I mean, my wife was like, I can't because I asked her, like, do you want to come with me to Mad for the training? Yeah, we can't take the kids along, but looking at this yard,
Yeah.
if you
Oh, we have
a lot of
parks
space for.
nearby for kids.
Thank you.
But you can just, you know, let them go for the day. They will come back, they will fall to the bed straight away.
listen, like, if you want us, if we all buy some shovels, we can build a swimming pool in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, we can
With
do it
all
in-
the kids we have,
we
it
can
will be
dig a
done
swimming
faster.
pool and it would be like freaking awesome.
Cool, okay, we're gonna finish it here probably, because what time is it? We have dinner coming as well. What time is it?
Another dinner. Seven.
Someone is not gonna get ready for dinner. It is what it is. Someone behind the camera. Sorry.
She's already ready.
She's already ready. No, I'm just glad that, you know, you trusted me.
It's worth it. Yeah, you sit in front of the TV, you look at it, and you thought, yeah, maybe he's talking about it, but is it quite that special, he said? And you get kind of, yeah, maybe yes, maybe not. Then you think about, well, it's a lot of money, is it worth it, is it not? All answers, yes, 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 yes. It's
But
worth it, it's
Out of
it's
5
really-
of you, only two of you heard anything from me before.
Yeah, this I find even amazing about the other guys. Because
In Melbourne, nobody heard anything from me because they live 20,000 kilometers away. You know, that was the crazy thing. That's where I started the training saying, guys, thank you very much trusting me blindly. Because that's extreme.
that's extreme, yeah.
That's extreme. It certainly helps. That's why we travel so much with competition. That's the main reason why we compete, because I want to get to different places and people have a chance to hear the systems we built and what can be done. There's no other way to train people other than giving them a chance to hear crazy systems. That's why on Saturday you won't be here, but on Saturday we will have few people in the afternoon coming from Hungary and they want to hear, you know, systems we do, what they are capable of, and then they will understand it after that.
Will you show them my S-Class as well?
And my their location.
With you.
I can show to everyone, you know, my tune and your tune, and they will see they are not that far away.
Yeah.
It's doable. It's not like, oh, Pete can tune it so much better.
No.
When you know the process is the same process. After that, it's just fine tweaking, and that's where you need experience.
This is why I wasn't even that. I mean, my brain kept thinking like this is Peter's car, even though it was my tune on it. Yeah, but it's his car. But I did it. Will I be able to do it again? I don't know, man. This sounds too good to be true. Then I went outside, come back inside, it sounded the same.
I did it.
Yeah,
Maybe I did it.
I did it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Cool. All right.